What's up guys, Bua Davis here. Welcome to 2D Platformer Shooter Series episode number 2. Today we will be doing jumping. Before we begin, if you like my content and want to see more videos like this, please like this one and subscribe to my channel. Now let's get started. And in the previous episode we did movement, horizontal movement, and if you have not seen that video, link will be in the description down below, and you can also access it by going into our playlist. All right, before we begin coding part, I want to address some key things because I don't want you to just sit and blindly write some code. I want you to actually understand what we are doing and why we are doing so. All right, if we go into Edit, Project Settings, we see here this input manager. I showed you this input manager in the previous part as well, but the important thing is that it has all these buttons already available to use. And for example, if we scroll down this jump, it's the positive button, as you see, is set to space. It means that if we access this jump button from our script, it will be automatically attached to the space key. That's the one thing, and it's very easy to access this jump button from our script, and I will show you very shortly. And the second thing, if we select our player, for the movement on the horizontal axis in the previous part, we changed this X, as you remember, and for the jumping, we obviously need to change this Y position of our player when we jump. And Z, this is Z, we don't care because we are in the 2D game. All right, that's the two main things. And now we can open this player movement script and start working on it. First of all, we need some kind of variable to control our speed or our jump force. So let's create public float and let's call it jump force. And I will make it 7 by default just for testing. And then we go in the update, and after this we can access first of all our jump key. So we can say if input dot get button down, and in parentheses and quotation marks we can say jump with a capital J, open and close curly brackets, and here we can say that what we want to do. We want rb.velocity to be new vector 2, just like we did in the previous part with movement. So we are making new direction for our player when we press the space key, this jump key. But this time we only need to change y-axis, not x-axis. This vector 2 takes two parameters, x and y. We don't need to change x, so we can say rb.velocity.x. It will keep everything unchanged for the x-axis, and for the y we can set this jump force here, semicolon, and we can save this script. That's all we need for simple jumping. So we can touch Control S or Command S if you are on Mac, and let's go back in Unity and see what it does and what problems we will have, because there will be some issues with this. I think everything is set. Okay, let's press play and see, first of all, if everything is working. Okay, this is our player. We can obviously move and we can jump. But the problem is that I can spam jump, and that's not what we want. Well, at least not me. I only want one snappy jumping, and that's it for my game. Let's fix it, and let's think how we can do it. Well, first of all, we can teach somehow our player that he can only jump when he's on this ground. And for that, we will be using few methods. First of all, let's select our ground, and it has this tag and layer in the inspector. As you see, tag and layer, those ones are just like categories, and we can assign specific category to specific objects. And let's use layers for this one. Let's select this ground, and here on the layer we can click on this add layer, and on the empty slot we can type ground with a capital first letter, and then let's select ground again and assign this ground layer to our ground. That's the one thing. The second thing is that our player needs some kind of indicator to check if he's on this ground layer or not, or if it's in the air. For that, let's select our player, right click with the mouse and create empty. Let's call it ground check. This will be our sensor, our indicator. So let's place it into our feet of our player. Around here, I think it will be fine. And that's it. That's all we want. We can then open our script and let's start working on it. We can also comment all the lines of code to easily understand that. Okay, let's create some variables. First of all, we need a variable for ground check. So we can say public, and I will use transform type because I want to access its location. And let's name it ground check. Also, we need some Boolean. Booleans are just, they are returning true or false, and they are very good to check those things. So let's make it private. Private bool is touching ground. Also, we need some kind of radius for our sensor, for our indicator. Usually it's just small number. Anyway, public float, and let's call it ground check radius. And also we need to access our layer, ground layer. So let's make public layer mask, and let's call it ground layer. That's all the variables that we need. And then we go in the update, and first of all, we should say what is touching ground means, because this will be our main checking point. So we can say is touching ground equals is2d dot overlap circle. This is the main method how we can check if everything is working, and this overlap circle takes few parameters. First of all, we need point what we are checking. So we have this ground check. We also need some radius. That's why we created this public float. So let's ground check dot position. Sorry, I forgot. Then we need some radius, as I said. So ground check radius, and then lastly we need layer. So we have this ground layer. And our indicator is touching ground is ready. Only thing that is left is to go here and say end. This is, by the way, end sign, if you don't know, is touching ground. We just added one condition. So it means this logic will only work when both of these conditions are met, and they should be true. So it means that when we will be on the ground and when we touch this jump key, we will obviously jump. But when we will be in the air, no matter if we are touching this jump key or not, we won't be able to jump because this condition will be false. I hope it makes sense. Let's save this script. That's all we need. And let's go back in Unity and see if everything is fine. We also need to assign few things. So let's go. Let's select our player, scroll down, where is our player script, and you see this empty slot of ground check. So let's drag this ground check and drop it here. For the radius, I will make 0.7. For the ground layer, let's change it from nothing to ground. It's a very crucial thing, so you should do it. And if we press play right now, we can jump, but doesn't matter how many times I'm touching this jump key. When we are in the air, we are no longer able to jump. So we have only one jumping movement. Obviously, this jumping is not great just yet because I want more snappier movement, and we will deal it later. Don't worry when we deal with animations and other things. One more thing that I wanted to say is that if we have, for example, some platform, so let's quickly create platform. For example, this, and let's add box collider. And if we press play right now, you will see that we can jump to the platform like so, but we are We are okay. We have some weird rotational movement. We should deal with it as well. But we should not be able to jump from this platform actually. Uh, and I don't know why we are able, but let's check. Okay, yeah, we are no longer able to jump from this platform because, as you remember, we used this layer, ground layer, to check if we can jump or not, but this layer is not assigned on this platform just yet. To fix that, we should change layer of this platform to be ground. And we should do it for every game object if we want to jump from them. And that's it that I wanted to tell you. And that's it, guys. Simple jumping is ready. In the next episode, we will be doing some animation part, I think, and we will obviously fix some direction because our player can are not looking in the right way when we're moving on the left side, but we will fix them everything in the next episode. So thanks for watching, and if you like my content and want to see more videos like this, please like this one, subscribe to my channel, and ring the notification bell not to miss any new upcoming videos. Bye bye.